All right, I had a question come through along the lines of, you can't be good at your job if all you do is your job. And this person has kind of asked me to expand on normalizing the conversation about work-life balance. Good morning and welcome to In the Car with Clint. Obviously you just heard the question and the introduction. I understand the comment, and I think that for some, there's some kind of unicorns out there that pretty much work all the time, and that's what makes them happy, and it's what drives them. And they've got minor interests in other things that they might do. There might be sport, there might be, I don't know, whatever, drinking beers. But recently I've been thinking a little bit more about the benefits of taking an hour off to pick up 2 hours later, or the benefits of taking a week off to gain back 2 weeks later. And I think there's some merit there. I think that the amount of unicorns in the world that are able to just work 24/7 or 16/7 or whatever it might be, and really do nothing else. You know, the Elon Musks of the world that are doing 100-hour weeks, and that's what they're doing. I mean, they still have other things. You know, they'll still catch up with friends. They might do a podcast, which is enjoyable. They might, you know, smoke a blunt on Rogan. But there are, for the rest of the world, I think that having those spaces between the high effort activities actually helps get better results from the high effort activities. And you know, I'm not here advocating that you do what I say to do or what I do. I think that it's a very much an individual thing, and you need to find what works for you and what works for the people around you. Obviously, if you're in a relationship, or you've got children, or you know, you're looking after parents or whatever, you need to be considerate of what's going on in their life, maybe. But it's really for people to find out. And so I think what I would say, if there are concerns around work-life balance for anyone, firstly, if you have to ask the question about work-life balance, you might not be doing the work that you truly love, because I don't think about it. I've got priorities that matter to me, like you know, seeing my children and my wife, and being at sports days and being at sport and stuff. And I just make it work. You know, none of it, like there's no like we don't keep an Excel sheet of where my hours go. I work if I'm awake, and if I'm not working, I'm doing something with the family, and then very rarely I'm doing something with friends, playing golf, very, very rarely. And that's what works for me. You know, I'm happy. I don't have any guilt. I'm not gonna, like, I look forward to, you know, 80 years old, if I can make it that far, and I hope I do. And think about, like, if on my deathbed, am I comfortable with the amount of time that I spent running my business? Am I comfortable with the amount of time I spent with my children? Am I comfortable with the amount of time I spent with my wife? And as I see it now, I'm comfortable with all of those things. And so my work-life balance is in check, in my mind. Now, I think, again, you do you, but I think it's worthwhile just thinking about it from time to time. And there's going to be periods in your life where you have to work more than you want to, and there's going to be times when you probably spend more time on family than your business or your employer might like. And that's just the reality of it. But if you're continuously conscious about it, and almost just check in with yourself every now and then, and maybe check in with someone else if you feel like you need to, you know, have a trusted advisor that you're like, am I fucking being a dick here? And then just live your life. Like, it's never going to be perfect. And I think we can get caught up spending too much time trying to make the balance work, and in doing so, not make the most of the time that we do have in each area, because we're worrying about what the other area should be getting, or, you know, you're arguing about it. So I hope that's answered the question. Thanks for tuning into In the Car with Clint. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to each other, be kind to yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.